Greetings, mortals. Jared Petty here for IGN. I'm joined by...
Tate Phoebe.
And today we're looking at Hearthstone's Curse of Naxxramas expansion, specifically the military quarter and the battle against...
It's called the Four Horsemen, and you're actually fighting against Baron Rivendare.
Okay, so we're fighting against the Baron, and this is the heroic battle against him. Tell us about the mechanics of this battle, Tate. What's the Baron have in store for us?
Yeah, so the Baron's interesting. These three minions you see kind of in the background there are the only three minions in the fight, actually. So the rest of his deck is removal spells, weapons, and what we're trying to do is once you kill these three, you'll notice each of them has the same effect. Your hero is immune, so he's got this little ice block looking barrier on him.
So you simply have to remove his three minions to do anything against him at all. Now, what about that hero power he's got up there with a cost of 5? That's pretty hefty for a hero power.
Yeah, it actually doesn't come into play too much. 5 mana, he does draw 2 cards, which is really powerful, but if things go our way, then it doesn't really come into play that much. You're really just trying to survive the damage, because you're going to take 6 damage off the bat. We actually chose Priest, because it's one of the classes that allows us to make a budget deck that has really efficient cards. The Shadow Word Pain we just used to get rid of one of those 2 7s as an example. That helps turn this game around really fast.
Okay, and what else can you tell us about your budget Priest deck here? What's the strategy? How you intend to beat him?
Yeah, just efficient and heals. So this Ooze, he plays that weapon, which is pretty common. The Ooze helps us get rid of that. A card like Deathlord's actually really interesting, because normally the Death Rattle, which puts a minion from your opponent's deck directly into play, doesn't come into play against him because he doesn't have any minions.
So suddenly Deathlord becomes a much better card than he would normally be.
Yep.
All right.
He really helps us keep control of it. And then the rest of this is just minions with heal, draw, just trying to kind of survive the damage.
Sustainability until you can render your opponent actually vulnerable to damage. All right. And he does play an enormous amount of control.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so he likes to control the board as much as you do. How aggressive is he compared to the other AIs you fought?
Very aggressive.
Okay.
It seems like most of the bosses in Naxxramas are designed to just rush you down.
Okay. So they come at you, and you hope for the best. Now, I saw you just drew a silence. How do you intend to use that in this game?
We can actually silence this effect off. If he's near... If we have a great board and the only thing that's keeping him immune is one of his minions, we can actually silence that minion.
So that's specifically to deal with that possible in-game condition there. All right.
Yep.
So he's got a couple of secrets up. What secrets does he like to play?
He tends to play Paladin Secrets, so it's either going to be Redemption, which kind of brings some of his minions back to life with 1 health, or something that reduces your minion to 1 health when you put it into play.
Okay. How you feeling about your board at the moment?
Our board's fine. It's actually going to be a little bit of a challenge here because we need some card draw. We're starting to run out a little bit. But we're able to silence this off now, so this will help sustain us just a little bit longer.
Okay, so just hoping to hold out, draw some things, and get into the ability to actually manipulate the board a little more, because our resources seem to be just about tapped out.
Yep, so we can do damage to him, and actually we're kind of tied right now, because he can do 2 damage a turn, we can deal 2 damage. So really just looking for some minions to be able to finish this off.
Okay, cool. Roughly similar health. He's got the 1 minion out, and let's see what we have show up. Silence in hand.
Yep, so the Mind Blast, that helps kind of do direct damage once his minions are taken out of play. But what we really want is a minion to finish this game off.
He's got an enormous card advantage at the moment. Jeez,
yep,
look at that.
The 2 cards per turn is actually coming into play pretty significantly now. But this Deathlord might be just what we need.
All right, so he can deal 4 damage and discard a card. So we assume he's going to try to finish the Deathlord off with something. There we are.
Yep, tons of removal.
But we forced him to expend 3 cards to do that, although he's going to get 2 of them back.
Yep.
So, all right. And he plays
so we're
another
just
secret.
Stalling. It's actually a pretty uneventful game right now.
All right.
It's just going to come down to what
damage.
we draw. We're just, pretty much just need 4 damage.
Okay, there we go. And punch in the face. Oh, there's a Frostbolt directly at us. He is aggressive.
Yes, he is.
He's going to throw it right at you there. Not going to save it for a minion.
Oh, there's
They come
another
right
one.
at you again. He's going to try to finish the game right here. I think he knows he's ahead. Well, he knows as much as his programming allows, anyway.
Yep.
All right.
Actually, this Zerdrake might be the card we need.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Excellent.
Here.
This Earthring Farseer is a great draw. Just keeps us alive a little bit longer. Now we have 2 minions on the board.
All right. He's going to silence and draw a card. Deals 4
More
damage
removal.
to a minion. Yep. Oh, it's just that huge reservoir of cards in his hand. 2 damage to him. There we are. Finishes
It's
him
actually
off.
unfortunate that he removed our minions. But,
Oh,
so close.
got him down to 1.
Yep. We are looking for any form of 1 damage.
Okay, it's always a point of damage here. We're at 15. He's at 1, but he's going to be able
Although
to keep
he
beating us.
actually...
Oh, he's almost decked
will-
himself.
will close to
he
deck
may
himself.
do it to himself. Oh, it's right, because if he uses his hero power one more time, fatigue will take him out, right?
Yep.
All right.
So we're actually...
Could we change our strategy
using
and
that
just stay
silence.
alive?
well, that's really the pre-strategy from the
anyway,
beginning.
that makes sense, yeah.
And
Oh, there we
he
are.
might have done it.
Oh, that was nice of him to do that for us. Voodoo Doctor certainly doesn't hurt.
Yeah, so at this point,
yeah.
we have this wrapped up. He's
Hey,
forced to
there
draw
we
a
go.
card
Look
every
at
time.
that. All right. Well, that was wonderful. So, Tate, just retrospectively, obviously you're the Hearthstone expert here. What happened? Was it simply a matter of the deck doing what it was supposed to do and just outlasting him and forcing him to overcommit? Or?
Yeah, I actually haven't won via milling him before, but usually you can kind of get minion advantage because those horsemen aren't too durable. We just never drew any minions. We just continued to draw spell after spell after spell.
But it worked to our advantage with an enormous amount of direct damage that wore him down pretty quickly, and he played
Yep.
himself out. So
It's being able to silence that minion was really the key that helped us win. Because,
being able to get the shield down and beat on him, right? So silence, very important card for this deck, regardless of how you play it, or?
yeah, silent. There's actually a few silence mechanics we run.
I
There's
said silence as a card. I
Yeah,
apologize.
2 straight silence cards, and additionally we have a mass dispel in here, which would silence all of them.
Now,
And
you
then
mentioned this is a budget deck. What else are we looking at here?
yeah, so we're really looking to just sustain, very similar. The Swamp Ooze you saw was there to take care of his weapons.
Right.
He doesn't have any minions, so the Death Lord's one of those cards that if he doesn't have the removal, can do a lot of work because the downside is negated because he doesn't have any minions to put into play.
Right.
And then we have cards like Shadow Word Pain, which destroys his minions. They have 3 attack or less from the get-go, so if you're looking for one of those in your opening hand.
Right.
Stampeding Kodo, it's a 3/5. You play it, it destroys one of his one of the 4 horsemen right there.
Okay.
It's another really efficient way to kind of get rid of those big cards, and then the rest of it's just to draw and sustain.
It's a very well-tailored deck to specific threats that he has available, specific disadvantages in his deck. That's wonderful. Tate, thanks so much for sharing this deck design with us and showing us one way that it can work. A little unexpected, but it was kind of cool to see how it played out. So
yeah.
Thanks a lot. Folks, we appreciate your support. I hope you'll keep watching Hearthstone videos, reading Hearthstone guides. Please post your decks on IGN Wikis or in the comments section, and we look forward to seeing you again soon as we continue to move through the Hearthstone Kirks of Naxxramas expansion. Bye-bye.
All right.